Today I'm in a motivational mindset, and the like my motivation is to hopefully help motivate other people, but at the end of the day it's really motivating myself, right? Too. I got to say things, I got to do things, I got to talk myself. You got to kind of get that mind funk going to yourself, and if you can do that to remind yourself, then you might be able to help other people as well, because all it is to help other people is to basically show them what you do and what you've done good, that they might want to implement, that they might want to do as well. So for me, it's like today, I'm looking at things where I guess the main thing today for me is like, I know I could do more than what I think I can do. So like it's like talking to somebody who has like one or two things to do today, and that kind of is going to fulfill their whole day. And then talking to another person, and I see this with CEOs and high impactful people, is that they can actually accomplish a lot of things in one day. And they're not limited to it. So when I'm saying I can do more than one thing, it's like, do I have to just deal with maybe clients today, or finances today, or deep thinking and collaboration for business growth today, or family today, or whatever? And the answer is I can do it all if I manage my time correctly. Um, I'm not limited to only being able to do one thing. Like, I can talk to people. I can be busy. I don't think everybody's got a formula that they have to do it. And I use a calendar as well, and I try to time block, or whatever people want to call it. But it's a it's not really a time block. It's a reminder of everything that I need to do, that I need to accomplish, and that I want to get done, in whatever order that is. So if I'm going to rearrange it 10,000 times during the day, then so be it. My goal is to get these things done. So, anyways, know you can do more than what you think you can do. It's like that, you know, clip from what was that movie? It was that Old School? Maybe it's Old School. Whereas, he was saying, I got such a busy day. I got, Bed Bath and Beyond, Home Depot. I don't know if there's enough time, right? Kind of like the mentality we always have. And then on the flip side of that is that we always make excuses for not getting things done. There is no excuses. There might be a reason for why you didn't do something. Maybe you let something else go too long. Maybe you weren't motivated enough. Maybe it wasn't as important enough as the other things you did, and you're changing things around. But it is definitely more of an excuse than anything else, because the proof is in the pudding, guys. Like, the proof is already out there. We see people that do, you know, 10,000 times more. Well, not 10,000 times kick today, I guess. 10,000 times more stuff they get done in a day than we can get done in our simple lives. And, maybe it's prioritizing. Maybe it's you're putting different priorities ahead of time. Maybe watching a movie, having lunch, talking to a friend, or whatever the case is more important to you than getting these things done in your mind at that time. And you're not going to get out of that until you convince yourself of what those priorities are. So, if I got 30 things I need to do today, and I feel like I'm only going to be able to get 20 done, I'm going to prioritize those most important 20, out of those 30 to get done. Or maybe I'm not in the mood. I'm not going to force myself to do something. Back in the day in sales, we used to say, like, if you're not in it, or you had a rough night, or something else happened, rough night, usually partying back when you're younger, and in position, commission jobs and stuff like that, is usually what it chalked up to be. But we would say, just float. Like, you're not going to get much done, but be present, be active, be doing something, be alive. And, that kind of goes true too. I don't know if I totally agree with that anymore, because sometimes I would rather not be alive, or in that season or that state of what I'm supposed to do, if I'm not going to give it my at most 150% of it, right? I'd rather there's days if I'm not in it, then why am I going to force myself to half-ass something, right? If you're not in it, go do something else and come back when you are in it. It's not going to help you to do something half-ass or partially. you need to be doing something 150%. You need to have a passion. You need to be engulfed in it, have it, consume you to a point, right? Like how you are consumed maybe with loving your wife or your husband or your kids, or consumed with, you know, rebuilding that car or whatever it is, playing video games. I don't care what it is. Those things consume you. If you want to be successful at something, you need to be consumed by those things. Have a passion for them, let them drive you, and do them 150, 200% of what everybody else is doing. So today, do more than you think you can, be more than you think you are. There are no limits. Get out of the box in your head, get out of the box that you've created or been taught by people, and know that there's a lot more potential for you and you can do a lot more things. I think our society is like this as well. I think the school systems are like this. The way we are parented are like this, where we have rhymes or reasons or these ideas that we have to do things a certain way. And I know there's order to everything you do, but also great things happen in chaos and disorder. And I was thinking about this last night because Janelle and I, my wife and I, we're going back and forth on this with our youngest, who is a rider who's 4 years old, of school or no school. We're not going to school to learn. You learn everything. A lion learns how to hunt as it grows up. We are learning everything. No matter what you do, you learn. To me, school is just putting a box in it, and it's more like an accountability partner, but it's also accountability partner that's telling me I have to do it this way because there's no other way to learn. You have to do it how they say to do it. And I'm just against that. I think that education, I think education is important, but basically is you can go into other spots. You can do things and have social skills, and you can learn a lot more when you are guided on what to learn, but you do the learning yourself. It's statistically proven anyways, is when you always educate yourself. You learn until the day you die. You learn when you get older what you can and can't do because maybe age is affecting you and your body isn't what it used to be and it doesn't recover the way it used to be. These are things you learn. You don't have to go to school to learn those kind of things. um, there's self-taught people all over the place. It goes without saying there are people that can work out and get super healthy, and there's people that can't and need a coach or that need a trainer or they need somebody to force them or tell them what to do. And that's the problem with our society right now, is that people need somebody to tell them what to do. You shouldn't need to be told what to do if it's something that you really want to do. You need people to guide you, to give you input, but ultimately you need to make decisions. You need to go ahead and move forward, and you need to take responsibility, good or bad. It does not matter, as long as you are doing something, as long as you are moving forward, as long as you are making your own decisions, then nobody can take that away from you. Whatever is going to happen, my views and your views, we are all going to be responsible for whatever how our views and how they shape our life, um, how we turn out, is all going to be based on the things that we do. There is no scapegoat. There is no my teacher didn't help me. There is no my trainer didn't help me. There is no my spouse, my parent, because ultimately all those barriers can be broken. So my thoughts today on that, which is own up to whatever it is. Stop, get out of the box that you might be programmed, you might be thinking you are in, and just have your own brain, have your own thoughts. Own up to it. Life's too short to blame other people, to have excuses, because the next thing you know, you're old and moldy and none of it matters anyways. So think about that. Let me know your thoughts. Give me some feedback. If I'm right, great. If I'm wrong, great. Like I said, I want to hear other people's views too. That your other people's views might inspire me to change my views because I am actually learning something, right? So let's talk about that. Let's talk about more of these kind of things too as we go forward. See ya.